Facebook had the biggest ever tech IPO last week, but investors have hardly flocked to the social networking phenomenon. Shares of the stock had a disappointing first few days on the market. Tech reporter James Rogers is surprised at the reaction to Facebook's highly anticipated IPO.
I was very surprised. We polled our readers last week. Almost 50% of them were expecting the stock to close above the $50 a share mark on Friday. Obviously, that didn't happen. There was a lot of talk in the blogosphere that it could go even higher. I was surprised, but we've seen a lot of fallout from this. Obviously, there was a lot of problems at the NASDAQ, and now there's even a flurry of lawsuits around this IPO, so clearly this was a problem.
So why did a Facebook pop fail to materialize?
There were a number of reasons why I think a pop failed to materialise. Number one, the IPO was probably perfectly priced. Number two, there have been news reports that Morgan Stanley, the lead underwriter, may have communicated negative news about the offering to selected clients. Only time will tell whether that proved to be a factor. And number three, I think that investors have latched onto Facebook's slowing revenue growth. The whole idea that this company has really got to do a lot to prove that its growth is sustainable moving forward.
Now, James says Facebook needs a solid plan in order to impress investors.
There's a lot of things that Facebook has to do. Number one, they have to monetize mobile. That's a big gap in their strategy. I also spoke to a hedge fund manager last week who said that they really need to sort out their search and payment strategies. Facebook also needs to work out what it's doing in China. That's a huge emerging growth market that it really needs to tap. And for me, I think we really need to see the innovation moving forward. We saw Google, which was the previous biggest ever US tech IPO, move into areas like Android. It's done a lot to innovate and stretch the needle. But what's Facebook going to do? Moving forward, I want to see whether Facebook's going to grow up to be Google or whether it's going to be Groupon.
Facebook may not be off to a solid start making friends on Wall Street, but it certainly has a lot of friends on its social network. The website says it has an estimated 900 million monthly users.